Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I have a brand new Rolex bag in front of me. This bag contains the new Rolex watch that I bought for my mother-in-law. Since I started doing these YouTube videos, pretty much my whole family knows now about my passion for watches and my watch collection. This brought many of my relatives into watches as well, and as you can probably imagine, many of them were asking me always for advice and if I could support them in hunting for their desired piece. Around a year and a half ago, my mother-in-law asked me for support to get a watch. Of course, I offered her my help and asked her which watch she would like to buy. The answer was a Rolex Daytona.
You serious?
Even 1.5 years ago, this watch was pretty much impossible to get. And if I should have ever the chance to buy one, I would probably like to keep the watch for myself. So I explained the situation politely and asked what other piece could be of interest for her. The answer was an Oyster Perpetual 36mm Tiffany dial.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
So I thought this might be possible. Remember guys, this was just a few days after the release in, I think it was 2020 or... yeah, I think it was 2020. So the demand wasn't that crazy like today for the piece. I informed my AD about my mom's wish and if he could help me with that. He noted it down and since then I was waiting for the piece. I must add, my AD always told me that these pieces come in very rarely, so these new Oyster Perpetuals with all these crazy dials, so the chance would be quite small to get one. Fast forward for a year, not much happened and the Tiffany dial Oyster Perpetual rose to basically insane levels on the second-hand market. As I didn't want to annoy my AD too much about this piece, I stopped asking about it. I think the second-hand market prices are nowadays at a level that makes it very hard for any normal client to get one of these pieces. And for sure I can understand any authorized dealer who struggles to hand out these pieces that are trading around 5 times the retail price on the second-hand market. So it's very hard to know who is really a genuine customer and also how to manage a normal customer in comparison to a VIP customer. And on top, if they only get such a little amount of pieces, yeah, I think they have a lot of struggle there to allocate these watches. So the plan for the Oyster was cancelled and I showed my mother-in-law several other nice Rolex watches. In the end, I could convince her that the classic Datejust would be a superior watch and much easier to get. So we agreed on a Datejust 36mm and I started the hunt for her. Luckily, she liked the silver dial, which is the one that is usually the easiest to get. Around 2 months later, I got the piece for her and here we go with a super quick unboxing. First things first, a quick wristwatch check. I am wearing my beloved Rolex Explorer today, the first Rolex I ever bought, which is discontinued nowadays. So this is actually the 39mm version. A great decision that this was basically my first real luxury watch that I bought, and also this piece then really brought me into the watch collecting hobby. So yeah, just look at it guys, what a great watch. So the watch that I bought for my mother-in-law is the Datejust 36mm silver dial on Jubilee bracelet and white gold bezel. I paid a bit above the retail price for it, which is around $10,000. But I think this is also the best combination. I mean, usually if you go for a Datejust, I can only advise you get the Jubilee bracelet and the white gold fluted bezel in combination, whatever dial you're looking for, but this bracelet and bezel combination I think makes the beautiful classic Datejust look. The hang tag, the superlative chronometer seal, the user manual, the leather pouch in which we can find a warranty manual and warranty card. This watch comes with 5 years warranty as any other Rolex as well, and the warranty card. And again, a look at the watch. A brand new piece. The size is 36mm. The bracelet is the famous Jubilee bracelet. The bezel is fluted and made of white gold. The silver sunburst dial in combination to the fluted bezel gives this watch actually a great wrist presence. While I somehow always think with the blue and black dials that for a man the watches look a bit small, this silver dial, or similar to the champagne dial that I bought, they just pop a lot more on your wrist and let the whole watch appear a lot bigger. And this model comes with the 5mm easy extension as well, of course. The crown is a screw down crown, very grippy. And the first wrist shot. As I did multiple reviews about the Datejust 36, I won't go through all the details now and also don't measure the dimensions and so on. Again, you can check that in my other Datejust reviews. So let us enjoy the dial a bit more. The bright sunburst dial gives the watch a great wrist presence, as said, even for a 36mm case size. The hands and indices are filled with lume, and even without too much contrast, this dial has a great legibility. These polished indices just, I don't know, they shine in a different way than the sunburst does, and by that you can read it very well. The silver dial is actually the least in demand dial. Number one, I think, is usually the blue dial, followed by the Wimbledon dial, and then with a big distance the black dial, and on the last spot you will find the silver dial. I must say the silver dial looks great, gives a lot of class to the watch and let it appear a lot bigger than those dark dials. The printed text and minute indices in black look highly legible, classy and timeless. Once you spend a bit of time with this dial version, you will quickly see the beauty of it. I think it could actually be one of the best dials, as it's so pure and goes to the essence of the Datejust somehow, I would describe it. And also it doesn't fall short in beauty compared to the blue or the Wimbledon dial. Especially in the 36mm size, this dial does a great job. And if you compare it to the 36mm silver dial Oyster Perpetual, I think this Datejust looks a lot better with the silverish polished indices instead of bringing those yellow gold indices onto the dial. It just looks cleaner and better in my opinion. So compared to the Oyster Perpetual my mother-in-law originally wanted, she now got her new watch a lot quicker and at the retail price basically. The watch has a date function, a better clasp as the Rolex crown is applied, and better finished as well, I would say. A beautiful white gold bezel, which is one of the Rolex signature features, and a much more timeless design. As the second-hand value anyway doesn't matter for someone who is not planning to sell the watch, I think this is the best solution for her. At this point, I would also like to give a shout out to my channel sponsor Chronext. You can find similar versions in new and unworn condition for around $11,000 right away here. And if you use my discount code, the Dubai Expat, you will get the watch actually even cheaper. You can get a discount on these Datejust versions up to $300 US. So you will get it for a little bit more than $10,000, what I think is still a great deal to buy this watch second-hand on the grey market. And also Chronext is one of those trusted dealers where you can return the watch if you're not happy with it, free of cost, free of charge, and you will also get worldwide free shipping. So if you're interested, please consider my discount code, the Dubai Expat, and check out the Chronext website. I will put you all the links in the video description. And with that, we are at the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you think about the watch purchase I did for my mother-in-law. Do you agree my advice was the right one? So buying this Datejust 36 instead of doing an endless hunt or paying a ridiculous second-hand price for the Tiffany Oyster Perpetual 36mm. Let me know your opinion in the comments. Thank you for watching, stay healthy and bye bye.